Okay. I'm so sorry, folks, but I think everything's good now. I'm going to hold on a minute, see if you'll find me and come back in. Oh, shouldn't have to do this 3 times to get it to work. That's just ridiculous. Hi, Mitzi. I can see you. Yay! Oh, goodness gracious. That was ridiculous. Hi, Mary. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, I hope that all those other people who were out there will come over and come in. Hi, Janet. I'm glad you're here. Oh, goodness. So funny. I was starting early. I was so proud of myself. Thank you, Janet. I was so proud of myself for being able to start early, and and now I'm running a little late because it wouldn't work. Hi, Arlene. It's good to see you. Hi, Tasha. Haven't seen you in a little while. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Linda. Oh, yay. Thanks, Mary. I appreciate that so much. I got one here from Tanya. She sent me some um something. I'm not sure. I know it's stuff, for that, but I haven't opened it yet. I guess this is as good a time as any to do that. Hi, Ruth. Well, that's weird. Well, I deleted the old live stream, so it should be gone. Is it not gone? That's really strange. Anyway, me trying to delete it may have been what messed it up. I don't know. I usually don't bother to do that until we get finished, but I thought it would be better to not have 3 of them out there. So I deleted the other 2. Let's see what fun stuff Tanya sent me here. She said, I did the best I could to separate the languages. If I happen to find others, I'll send you some. The Japanese is questionable because I'm only going on one picture. There's almost no English in the book, not even where it was printed. Hugs, Tanya. Well, I appreciate it, Tanya. Even if it's not Japanese, it'll work out fine. Here's some Italian. And this is Italian as well. That's cool. Hi, Zoe. I'm happy you're here. Don't panic. Oh, no, honey. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Heavenly Father, we lift Zoe up to you right now, and we pray your blessings on her, Lord, that you will ease her mind and that you will give her the strength for whatever's come. In Jesus' name, amen. And this is Chinese. It's from a book about how to learn Chinese. That's really cool. And this is Spanish. Wow, she did good. And she says, I believe this one is Japanese. Hi, Holly. It's good to see you. Go ahead and call your mom, Zoe. She loves you. You need her. You need her right now. This is Japanese. And this is French. Looks like part of a French dictionary. And then looks like also a book on how to learn French. And then here's from a French book. So cool. Thank you. You did wonderful. You're so welcome, Zoe. We love you, honey. Did I say hi to you, Ruth? Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Eva. I'm just realizing I missed some people. Hi, Kendra. I think I've found everybody now. Well, God bless you all, and let's hope that we have a good evening. Thank you, Zoe, honey. Yeah, I agree. You need to call her. Um, Tanya was talking about tomorrow night we're going to do a project together on a Google Hangout, and it's going to be streamed from her channel, and then next Tuesday we'll finish it and we'll be streamed from my channel. But people were asking if you had to do it on playing cards, which is what Lori Marie does, and she's the one we're kind of using her for inspiration. And you don't have to do it on playing cards. I thought I would just pull out a few things I've got that all would work. Some of these, like these are kind of big, but you could use them. You just need a bigger workspace. And then here's some that are a little smaller than that you could use. And here are some, it's a kind of a matching puzzle thing. But they're square, but they're really hard. So I probably wouldn't use those because they're too thick. You could use some like this. I think those would make a really cute book, except I want to cut those out and use them for, hi, Adadol. It's good to see you. I want to cut these out and use them as focal points, so I'm not going to use that. You could use phase 10 cards. That's what these are. Any kind of, playing card. Here's some cards from a game called Generations. They're smaller than regular playing cards, but they would work. Let's see what these are. These are another kind of matching game. I probably would not use something like this because the shape would not be easy to keep. Of course, you could disguise it. If you do it the way I'm going to do it, you're going to be, when you tear it, it's going to be raggedy around the edges and you wouldn't know what shape it is. So you could use those. You could use something like these that are square and they're small. These are a little bit heavier than playing cards, but they would work. And then, of course, you've got playing cards. These are really old playing cards with kitties on them. Could use those. Oh, that's good, Zoe. I'm glad. Yeah, cave in and play along, Mary. You could use these dinosaur, cards like this. These are dinosaur cards where you create your own dinosaur by putting, like putting that there and putting the head on it. And anyway, you could use those. Where did I put my rubber band? Let's see, what else do I have in here? Here's some cards that are from another game called Nogginosh, but they're not, they're bigger than ATC size, but they would be a good, these may be the ones I use actually. I like that size. I like them being a little bit bigger than a regular playing card. So you could use those. And then I've also got these. And these are smaller than a playing card, but they're a cute size. You are Julia Child. It's a game called the Identity Game. Anyway, oh, and here's some Alibi. I don't know what that is. It's some kind of a card, some kind of a game. Let's open those and look at them a little bit. Hi, Laura. I'm glad you're here. Yes, you could use Project Life cards. I think you might want, well, some Project Life cards are kind of stiff. I think you'd want them to be at least as stiff as a playing card, but you could use those. And I think that's all the different things. Well, I've got these too, but I'm not going to use those because they're old and I want to keep them for something else. But you could use any of these. I've even got, here's even some round ones. This is a game called That's Baloney. So hi, Patricia. Did I say hi to you? I don't think so. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Susan. Finally, that's true, Susan. Boy, it was a hard time. Y'all had to be persistent. Y'all had to be persistent to watch me tonight. Yeah, you can use cardstock. You can use anything you want. These are round. It'd be a little harder to keep them round, but you could use them if you wanted to. So I just kind of wanted to show y'all, you probably got a stash of cards of some kind. You could even cut Christmas cards or old birthday cards or something down into smaller pieces and use those. So I think I'm probably going to use some of these from this Noggin Nosh game. And that's probably what I'm going to do. In fact, I think I'm just going to set some of those aside. I probably don't need that many. Well, I'm just going to set some of them aside and plan on that, so I don't have to get this back out and look for them tomorrow. Yeah, some of my stuff's organized. Some of it's organized. All right, I'm going to put these back up. All right, the other thing I wanted to do is show you a project that Hannah and I are working on. We went to the thrift store, and all their jackets at this particular thrift store are $3.75. And well, tomorrow night, Holly, Tanya McGuire and I are doing a hangout live thing, and we'll be the only two on screen. But her channel should put out a notification for it. But if they don't, go to her channel at 7, and we'll be doing a project with the cards. It's a project that Lori Marie did, and so we're using her inspiration. And that's what I was showing, different cards you could use to do that particular project that we're going to do tomorrow night at 7 Central Time. So if you can come, that would be great. And as many people as want to play along, that would be cool too. So anyway, we went and we got these leather jackets, and I got some buttons here. I took off this one that I need to move. And so I've been taking them apart. Now Hannah and I, well, we also got a purse. She got the purse, and I got this jacket, and then we got these two jackets we shared. So we ended up buying 4 things. But even the little pieces like this, you could sew in, because this is such a thin, it's a really thin, suede kind of leather. So you could sew it in with your fabric stuff in your fabric journal. Hannah wanted, the reason we were looking for this was because that would be great, Janet. That would be great. Oh my goodness. Well, it depends. If they call it a coat, then they charge more for it. And the different thrift stores, some of the thrift stores charge $29 or $19 or $9, depends on how many they have. And if they call them coats, they charge more for them. But these were in the jackets, like suit jackets. They were in with the suit jackets, and so they charged $3.75 at this particular thrift store. But if you want to come to Amarillo, I'll take you thrift shopping. That'd be great. But Hannah's wanting to use these to make corners for a journal. let me find one and show you what. Um, I'll just show you on this book. But what she's doing is making, the leather corners for her book. So she'll do a leather corner here and here, and maybe even leather on the back. And that's what we started doing this for. And both of us love to harvest leather and reuse it. Anyway, we got a green jacket, and I've already taken it apart because I gave her half of it. So I got one half. This is the front and back of one half, and this is the arm. She got an arm, and I got an arm, and then we each got half of the front and back. This is the lapel, where the buttons were, and then this was part of the collar. And then on this one, we each got an arm, and it's probably the same person had them. They look like they're similar. They're not exactly the same, but we each got an arm. And this was the cuff off of the arm, and it's got a snap on it. So I don't know what I'll do with that. It might be fun to put around a journal, like a traveler's style journal. It'd probably fit around. Hi, Barb. It's good to see you. And then there were these pieces that were around the collar. I don't know what I'll do with them, but I saved them. And then I got the back, and she got the front of this one. This is the back. And I went ahead and I did the pleats. Have you ever ironed leather? Can you iron leather? I don't know. We saw that, Janet. My kids went out about every 10 minutes until it was over so they could see it. Anyway, she got the front because it had these snaps down the front, and she wanted to make a journal where the snaps were, let's see if I can show you again. That was the thickness, maybe the thickness of this. So the snaps would shut the journal. And she would just put the fabric right around here and right on here, and then close the journal with those snaps, which I thought was a great idea. Hi, Joy. So good to see you. I'm glad you're here. And so she's using that part of the jacket. So she got the front, and I got the back of that particular jacket. And this is the first time I've harvested leather from jackets. I've done purses quite a bit. Jackets are way easier than purses, by the way. So if you ever get the chance to, or you have an old leather jacket you don't want to get rid of, but you don't want to wear it, this is something to do. Now, this particular jacket is very soft. It's very buttery soft. If it was a bigger one and would fit, it's very tiny. If it was bigger, I might be wearing it instead of using it, but it feels almost like chamois leather. It's just really, really soft. Oh, that's a good idea. We didn't post any pictures. We didn't take any pictures. We just watched it. The kids took turns looking through the binoculars. So, she ironed towels with leather under them. Okay, well, if you can do that, I'll put something on top of the leather and then iron it. And because I want to iron out these pleats, I unsewed them. But I want to iron them out so they'll be easier to use. Anyway, I thought I would show you how I harvest them, because it's really not that difficult. Look, this one has a big patch in the back. I'm definitely saving that. We'll just start with that. You can use a seam ripper, but sometimes it's faster to just go ahead and use an X-Acto knife. Sometimes it's not. It just depends on what you're working on. But I'm not worried about saving this silky stuff. It's pretty. I might save some of it, but right now I just want to get this patch off so I can use it. that brown jacket and green jacket had the seams were really easy to get it to come apart. I was surprised at how easy it was to take apart. The hardest part was getting the lining off so you could get to everything. Hi, Sherry. I'm glad you're here. Let's go ahead and take this off. Ooh, it's really, really nice on that side too. It's like the felty side is here and the other side is right there. Sometimes you cut a few and you can really pull quite a few of them. Sometimes that doesn't work, but okay. Well, that'll make a fun pocket in a journal or it says mustard. Now, I don't know if this is someone's name, but it is kind of a mustard color. And then it says made in Taiwan. Anyway, so we'll save that. And I saved the belt because it was just a belt that pulled through loops. And I don't know what I'll do with it, but I thought it would make good straps on something. So I'll thank you, Janet. Hi, Gloria. I missed you when you came in. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take the buttons off next. Of course, you save the buttons. Let's see. The buttons came right off that other one. This one's the strings are not wanting to come out. That's really odd. Okay. Oh, this has that one was repaired because it didn't have a button behind it. So they repaired it. This one has the buttons behind it. So we'll hold on to that button too. And here's another one. Hi, Becky. I have a question for you, Becky. Do we need to prep the cards for tomorrow? Nope. I don't think so. We're just going to glue stuff on them and that's how we start. So, no, I wouldn't worry about prepping them. If we were going to paint directly on them, then you would want to gesso them, but we're not. We're going to glue stuff onto them, so I think they'll be fine. Hi, Dawn. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where to start, where I can show you the most, because I don't want to, you don't want to watch me do the whole thing. So, well, this really is a pretty lining. Let me just take some scissors and see if I can cut most of it away. Hi, Mark. Why are we killing the jacket? Because it's too small and it'll be useful. We could use it for a ton of things on journal covers and all kinds of stuff. So we're not killing it. We're recycling it, repurposing it. But the leather was just too great and it only cost $3.75. So how can you say no to that? Now, I'm not doing a perfect job of getting this lining out right now. We'll worry about that later. I just want to get it out of the way so I can work on it. Because you have to kind of work from behind it. Okay, now then, I've got to get the, because you can. That's right, Susan. Yeah, she just Mod Podge the papers. There's no prep work. This really does feel like chamois leather. It's really soft, and when you hear people talk about buttery, that's how this feels. Okay. All right. There's our lining. We may use some of it on something because it's pretty. So I won't throw it away. I threw the lining to the other two away. They weren't that nice. Okay. Where to start? I think I'm going to start by taking out a sleeve. I'm going to use this other knife. It's better. You need to split, find a place where you can work and cut a few stitches. And you can see this one's sewn twice right here. So you're going to have to cut extra stitches. I don't remember any places like that in the other ones that I did, but this is just extra. Now you can just use an X-Acto knife, and that's what I did with the other ones. But you can also, I did bring it out here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. So you can also use a seam ripper if you have one. If you're afraid of X-Acto knives, a seam ripper will seem safer. But I have cut through the leather with the seam ripper before, so and if any of you harvest any garments, it's pretty much the same. You just have to be careful, so you don't cut the leather. Of course, you may not use all the way out to the edge anyway when you're doing something, but you might. Anyway, if you want some leather to go on your journals, either as embellishments or just to make a journal cover out of, this is a cheap way to get some leather. Plus, you're reusing something that no one's using anymore. And let's see what I've missed here. You cut your finger with a seam. Yeah, they're really sharp. The ladies want to know if you're doing a. I am planning to do a pick 10. Yes, I'm gonna do a little bit of this, and then we'll do a pick 10. I want y'all to be thinking about prompts, though. I've decided tonight we're going to take prompts from the group. So start thinking about prompts. We won't put them in yet, but But if you think about them now, then we can get them pretty quick when it's time. See, this black fabric was giving it strength. It's sticky too, and it left black on there. But this side's okay. One neat thing about this jacket is that it's kind of backwards from what you usually do. So it's the inside of it feels really good and looks really nice. So you could use the inside or the outside, which is nice. Okay, this one has 2 seams. We're just going to do this one. Throw that away. Oh, okay. Well, go ahead and do something real quick. We'll probably be another 15 minutes maybe, and then we'll start. I hope that's enough time. That depends. Dawn, if you love it as something that you could use in your art, but you don't love it as a curtain, then I would cut it up. Because if you don't cut it up, you'll end up just keeping it in a drawer somewhere, and nothing will ever happen to it. You won't use it anyway. If you love it enough to use it as a curtain, then I would leave it as a curtain. But if you don't, I would go ahead and cut it up myself. And I say that because I learned something from my grandmother. When she passed away, we went through her closets, and she had boxes of gifts that people had given her, robes and gowns and stuff like that people had given her. Family members had given her, and she was saving them for something special. She was saving them if she had to go to the hospital. She was saving them for whatever. And so she never did wear them. And they were still had tags on them and everything. And, we all bought her those things to enjoy, but she was so worried about them being special that she never did even enjoy them. I'm sure she enjoyed receiving them, and she enjoyed knowing she had them. But we would have really, really liked it if she had, enjoyed wearing them. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents worth. Okay, well, I can use those prompts again. I've still got those. It's that same list we've used the last couple of times. But I think that Dick Clark, that was somebody else. I don't think that was my prompts. I think that was somebody else. Yeah, saving them for company. And they grew up in a time where nice things were hard to come by, and so they had ideas of keeping nice things, for special stuff, which is great, except they didn't get to enjoy them, and that's kind of sad to me. So, especially, yeah, that was Mary's. Especially if it's something you would enjoy using in your art, you'll get a lot more joy out of remembering her every time you use it than you would if it just sat there in the closet and you only saw it every once in a while. So anyway, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to that. I think it's a personal preference, but I personally, if I really liked it, I would go ahead and use it. If you just kept it for sentimentality, but it's not your style, then that's something completely different. I don't know which prompts, where Mary got those prompts, but y'all can come up with something cool if you want. If you don't, I can just pull out the ones we've been using. But I thought it'd be fun to everybody try to think of something that we haven't done a bunch, and we'll do let y'all choose the prompts. We'll choose 10 and then 5 extras. But if y'all don't want to do that, if you're we can I can dig those out. I know I've got them somewhere. They're just stuck back somewhere. Yeah. Um my mother kept a few things from her mom, but she kept a piece of her needlework that an embroidery piece that she did, and she's got it framed and it's on her wall. And she kept a quilt, and I've got a couple of quilts that were my grandmother's, and things like that. You can't keep everything because you got your own stuff too, and then you end up with being a hoarder, whether you want to or not, because you're afraid that you're going to hurt somebody's feelings if you let go of something. This is this sleeve is made more difficultly than the ones on the other jackets. I don't know if this is just a better made jacket or if it's just harder to get to than the ones that I did earlier today. If I had known that, I might have worked on this one in the recliner and um, save one of the other ones for now. Yeah, well, the abstract ideas is good if y'all want to think of some of those, and we'll, while you're thinking of prompts, I'm game for whatever. And I even keep little things like this because you might close a journal with it. I don't know. You never know what you're going to need. See, here I am telling Dawn, go ahead and use your stuff up. Don't keep it all. And then I'm saying, I keep even these little pieces. It is hard. It's hard, especially when there's something that, um, reminds you of someone that's special to you. Oh, goodness. Yes, taking a picture of it does help. I know with my kids, we made tons of projects when they were young, like elementary school age, junior high age, homeschooling. We just did tons of those kinds of things. And they wanted to keep all those. Well, our basement's not big enough to keep all those. And so I've got lots of pictures of those kinds of things where we took pictures and then we let them go. Or some of them they didn't want to give up, so they gave them to their grandparents. And I know when my husband's mother passed away, his dad asked us, did we want those things back because she had kept them all. And Darren said, no, just throw them away. We made the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, and they did a really good job making those little ships. And that's what we gave her, and she'd kept them. Okay. This is the weirdest made thing. It couldn't just be a simple cuff. Okay. Let's look at this and see. I thought doing a sleeve was going to be real easy. See, and here's this part. This is just the lining of it. Yeah, well, I kept some of their stuff, but I couldn't keep everything. When you homeschool, you end up with a ton of stuff because a lot of homeschooling is, project based or hands-on kinds of stuff. We don't Most people anyway don't have as much busy work as they have in the public school because, we only have to keep our kids occupied and teach them, whereas in the public school you've got all those kids that the ones that get finished first, you have to have stuff to keep them busy until the slower ones get their stuff done, so um, we just do our stuff and move on. So we had a lot of projects, went on a lot of field trips. Okay, here's this. So we almost got a sleeve done here. See, I got to just take off these little bits here and then we'll be good. Sitting in my chair, I just take this knife and kind of lean it against the leather like that and just cut the threads just like that. And that way you don't cut the pieces of leather because it just cuts the threads as you push down between the pieces. It's a little harder to do at this angle, but it works really well. I don't know what I'll use that little piece for, but I'll probably keep it until I decide to go through my leather and get rid of the stuff I don't know how to use. Because I still think it'd be fun to do a leather patchwork thing in my fabric journal. You could cover a box. That's true. That's a good idea. I did do it in front. I mean, yeah, you can, and that's what I usually do when I'm doing my purses. I'm usually doing it while I watch TV with my husband. I'm not. I don't usually watch it as good as he does. I just keep up with the highlights and do my projects. So that's true, Susan. That's a great idea. Tear that lining into strips and use it like sari silk. If it'll tear, some of it tears real easy and some of it doesn't. So, but I'll definitely try that because that's a pretty color. That would make pretty sari silk type ribbons. Thank you. Okay. There's one sleeve. I don't know which side I like better. This side is smoother. This is more suede, but they're both pretty. I may use some of both. Anyway, there's one sleeve, and I'm going to go ahead and let this one be wrong side out for now. You can also, oops, where did it go? Oh, I ended up throwing a button on the floor. You have options when it comes to like this, because you could use this, as the front of a journal or inside, and use it to hold stuff, you know, or you could take it off and put it in one, you know, later. So there are different ways you can use that. You can save these and use them as loops on your when you use that belt to shut a journal. I don't want to, there we go. You know, so you can even save those and use them. And on the other ones, my daughter wanted the collars because she said they're wide enough to go over a book and be a, you know, a binding cover of the spine cover. So, you know, keep all the parts until you know you're not going to use them, and then you can do something else with them. Let's go ahead and take this one off since we took that one off. Just don't want to cut the leather in the jacket. I'd rather cut this if I'm going to cut something. But that did kind of rip it a little bit. Okay. How have you been making pot holders? I must have missed that video. Have you been crocheting them or sewing them, or what kind of pot holders? Oh, a bag of loops. Are they the cotton loops? I love those cotton loops. They make great pot holders. The nylon ones I don't enjoy so much because they're just not as, they don't work as good. But those cotton ones are great. Okay, y'all are probably tired of watching this. But anyway, I hope that gave you some ideas of things that you can do if you want to add leather to a journal. We actually got a couple of more leather jackets when we were there, but my son said, no, I want one. I want those. So he paid us more than we paid for them so that he could keep them. So he saved 2 of them. All right, I'm going to put this aside because I think we've seen, oh, that's, that goes on here. We've worked on that enough. Put this up in there. Got these buttons. And these little leather pieces, and just put them over here too. All right. Now then I need to get some paper. We'll write on this. And a pen. That's true, it would. That's true, it would. Thanks, Susan. Yes, I'm definitely saving the buttonhole because I think that would be a good closure, or just a good embellishment. Hi, Sharon. It's good to see you. Okay. Okay. That's right, Kendra. I know what that's like. I bought something today just for care. I saw her when she was doing her auction. Um, I saw something that she said reminded me of a book that I had seen and thought was really cool, but couldn't figure out how to use it. So I left it at the thrift store. But I went back today and got it, and I'm going to send it to her. Because I'm sure she can do something fun with it. But anyway, I know what that's like to see something that makes you think of somebody specific. Okay. Let's do 15 prompts, and don't go super, super fast because I'm a slow writer. And if you thought of some abstract things, we'll do those, add those in. That's fine. Add book pages. Make curly lines with purple. Music pages. Drops of red. Use a stamp. Colored coloring page. Oh, now I keep getting these alerts from YouTube and Facebook, and they get in my way. Stencil. Add a napkin. Metallic paint. Lace. Add an image. Splatters. Okay, I need 3 more. Add lines. Stickers. One more. Doodle. Okay. 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 Now we've got 15 things. So now we need numbers 1 through 15 in a weird order. So everybody just give me a number starting between 1 and 15. Oh, that's fine. Just do whatever is the closest thing you've got, Joy. Don't fret about it. Just play along. If you don't have something, just choose something else. 7, 15, 4, 14, 11, 8, 6, 10, 5, 1, 12, 2, 13, we need 3, and what else is left? Let's go ahead and put 3 down. What's the other number that's left? 9? 9. Okay. All right. Get out whatever you're going to work on. I decided I'm going to work on this page right here. Oops, upside down. I'm going to work on this page and do something with it because the black's just yucky. This is where I just wiped off some extra paint. So, oh, that'll be great, Susan. Do what you need to do. Excuse me. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is look up these 5 things and write them down so we'll know what our alternatives are. Okay, number 12 is splatters. Number 2 is make curly lines with purple. Oh, so sorry, y'all. 13 is add lines. 3 is music pages. And 9 is metallic paint. Now, I noticed when we were doing all of these, excuse me, I noticed when we were writing all of these down that there wasn't much in the way of paint and markers and colors and that kind of stuff. So you may have to think outside the box with these other things and add in your paints and stuff as you're doing them. Number 10 is potato. Well, we'll add that as the number 6 alternative, okay? There you go. Now you have 6 alternatives. Hi, Miss Allie. Your blanket ate your eraser. I'm sorry about that. Okay. You missed one. Okay, let me read them all off. Number 1, add book pages. Number 2, make curly lines with purple. Number 3, music paper. Number 4, drops of red. Number 5, use a stamp. Number 6, colored coloring page. Number 7, stencil. Number 8, add a napkin. Number 9, metallic paint. Number 10 is lace. Number 11 is add an image. Number 12 is splatters. Number 13 is add lines. Number 14 is stickers. And number 15 is doodle. And the 5 that we wrote down as our extras are splatters, make curly lines with purple, add lines, music pages, metallic paint, and then we added potato for Mark. So we have 6 extras. Did that help you figure it out, Holly? Okay, good. Okay, number 1 is 7. And 7 says stencil. Okay. Well, I'm going to use a big stencil and I'm going to do something all over this page and then we'll work from there. Let's see. Find my really big ones here. Okay, that one's big. That might be good. See if we have any more that are big enough to cover the whole thing. Not quite. I really like that one, but I'm going to look a little bit more just in case. I've also got this one that's big enough to cover the whole page. I think I'm going to use that one. Now, because it didn't say what I had to do with that stencil, I can use as many colors as I want. Yay! Oops. Just dropped some paint. I hope it's not the one I'm wanting because I don't want to go back down there to find it. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to use this blue. Well, it's cobalt blue, metallic purple, and copper if I have enough of it. I thought I had a new copper, but I guess I don't. Okay. Okay, I'm glad you approved, Janet. Let's see if we can get any copper out of here. If not, I may have to use it. Oh, there's enough. Okay, good. Yay. And some purple. Sorry about that. Okay. And some cobalt blue. Ooh. All right. I'm going to put those back up here and get them out of my way. And I think I need some paper behind this so I won't make a mess. I'm sorry you'll have to listen to me. Okay, I've got 3 little sponges, one for each color. And I'm going to start, I think, with the cobalt blue, which I love. This stencil, you have to work really hard to get paint through it. It's really thick. So it takes a lot more paint. And that black underneath, it makes it take even more. Sorry, this parchment paper is making a lot of noise. Oh, I'm sorry that you, well, it didn't want you to steal any of my stuff, Mark. That's what it is. But if you come visit me, I will let you use my stencil. It's a long way to go from your place to mine just to use a stencil or even to steal one. Be a lot cheaper just to order it. Although I can't remember where I think I got it off of Amazon, but I'm not positive. Look on Amazon, Mark. It's a lot cheaper than what it would cost you to come here and steal it. Well, this is not wanting to take the paint where the black is not. One reason I wanted to use this page is because I thought the black, I wouldn't have to put gesso on it because of the black, but whew. And I'm trying to get the paint on here, so I may end up gooping it on too heavy. I probably should have chosen something besides these metallics, but it's going to be whatever it is. So. You ordered it from Amazon, Gloria? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's where I got it. But I have been, this I think was the first or second stencil I ever got when I started doing mixed media stuff in 2015. So I've had it a long time. It just keeps on going. It's got tons of paint on it though, because I don't clean it off except when paper sticks to it. Which does happen every once in a while, so it does get a bath every once in a while. Okay, now add my copper. My favorite. Copper's covering better than these other things did too. And I'm glad, because it needs something to cover. I got out way too much paint. I'm going to have to get out my wipe-off book and put some paint on it. Oops. Just put it in the purple. I did it again. Good grief. I just really want this purple and copper to mix, I guess. Okay. I do feel like that purple's not. think of the second coat, once it dries a little bit, then it's actually working better. So I'm going to go back over them a little bit. Okay, we're going to call that good. Pull it off, Lisa. Okay, sorry. There it is. Now I need something to put this on so I can take advantage of that paint. Somewhere I've got some deli paper, but I can't find it, so we'll just do that. Put it on this. Woo! Looky there. Beautimous. Okay. I think I'm going to see what happens if I take a baby wipe and work on this side a little bit. Okay, that's what it looks like. Kind of interesting. Okay. I'm all done. Yeah. One prompt. That's all I needed. Now I'm sure we'll find a way to make this into the background. It is pretty, isn't it? Let's see if we can get the glare off. There. Yeah, that really is pretty. I like it just like that. Oh, dear. Okay, I need to put that paint on something else so I don't waste it. Let me find my book. Just a second. All right, let me set this up there, out of the way. Hi, Sandra. It's good to see you. Hi, Elizabeth. I'm glad you're here. I missed you when you came in a minute ago. Sorry about that. Okay, I know y'all are probably all ready to move on, and I'm still playing. Sorry about that. You're just going to have to watch me play a minute because I don't want to waste this paint. I haven't played in this bucket in a while, so. I'm going to take some of this and come over here and just work on this page. It's not going to be part of tonight's thing. I'm just going to get some paint on it so it's not white. Maybe it'll have a background that way that can go with the page I am working on tonight. Okay. Let's add the copper. Start another page. Well, I want to add a little bit of, oh, okay. I'll start another page. I need something to put under it. Ah. Wax paper, here we go. All right. If this said potatoes, Mark, I wouldn't cover it up, but it says corn, so we're going to go ahead and cover it up. Can you give us the prompt? The prompt was stencil. We haven't got to number 2 yet. Sorry, I'm slow. I'm just getting rid of my paint here. Prompt number 2. All right, well, I'll have to go find it. Oh, prompt number 2 is 15, and 15 is doodle. Doodle. I put way too much of this copper out. Thank you, Janet. Okay, that is all I'm going to do with that. And okay, let's put this aside. Let me get back to what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. Whew. I think I'm going to have to dry some before I can doodle. Okay, I'm going to save Doodle for later, in case I want to do something at the very end. And I'm just going to wait for prompt number 3. Doodling away. Good, Mary. I don't think anything I doodled would really show up. I guess I could doodle in white, but I'm not feeling the need to doodle at the moment. And I'm sure that there will come a time later when I'll be glad to have the chance to do some doodling. So Becky's saving it too. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone, Becky. Be sure and say ready when you're ready. I don't even know how many we're playing. Janet, do you know how many people are playing? Ooh, let me stick something under that. That's really bright. Is that going to help? No, that's not enough. Let's put these cards under it and see if that'll work better. Well, I don't know if that helps or not. Becky's ready. I'm ready. Holly's ready because Becky and I aren't doing anything. I'm going to dry a little more till everybody else is ready. But Janet, did you know how many people are playing? 7? Okay. That's close enough. That sounds like a great book, Elizabeth. Did I see somebody review that lately? I was thinking I saw somebody talking about it, but I didn't remember it being you. Did you see it on somebody's channel? Because I remember thinking that would be something I would enjoy using. But I'm on a don't buy plan right now, especially since I've got 15 drawing books that I could pull out. But okay. Let's see. We've got Becky, Holly, Joy, Beth, Tasha, Mary. That's 6 ready. I don't remember who it was either, Elizabeth. We're not very good at enabling others. We can't just tell them what channel to go to. Look what I got at the thrift store a while back. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I think I'm going to use it as waves in the mermaid journal for Laurie. But it said it was originally $33.99 whenever it was bought originally. And at the thrift store, it was $5.99, and then it was half price. So, so I got this beautiful lace. Let me open it and show you. I don't think it's ever been opened. This maybe somebody's just scotch tape on it, so I could be wrong about that. But it looks very full to me. Isn't that beautiful? It is really pretty. I would have never paid. Well, I guess if I was doing a wedding dress or something with it, I might have paid $33.99 for it. But I probably would have hesitated. No, I wouldn't have. I would have bought it for $5.99. But I was really happy to buy it for $3. So when we come to lace, I'm going to have to decide if I want to use that or use some other lace. That's the only lace I've got just sitting out here right beside me. So it will be good in my fabric journal. But I'm thinking about cutting, you know, the blue and using it as waves in the mermaid journal that I'm doing. I think that'll be fun. But I'm sure it'll get in my fabric journal too. Okay, I think we're all here now. I think Barb was number 7. So, okay. Where's my pencil? Okay, number 3 is 4, and 4 is drops of red. Drops of red. Now, you could do this by dropping ink or dropping paint, or you could draw drops of red with a marker. You could even punch out some red dots and put them on there and let them be your drops of red. I am not sure what I'm going to do. I do have some red on here, so I think it won't be bad to put more red on, but I'm trying to decide, do I want to drip red from the top, let it drip down? That's drips, not drops, but maybe drips will work. Well, you could splatter. Splatter is one of the alternatives. You could splatter red onto it. That may be what I do. I think that may be what I do. It's either that, it's either splatter red onto it or drip it from the top. Which do you think would be better? Someone tell me. Drips, dripping drops of red, or splattered drops of red? Anybody have an opinion? Ruth says drip. Mark says potatoes. I don't have any red potatoes. That is my favorite kind of potato, though, red potatoes. Drip and splatters. So I got 2 drips and 1 splatters. So since we got 2 drips, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drip. Splatter would be easier, but I would probably make a bigger mess with it. So maybe it's a good thing. Okay, I've got this. Oh, it says pink. It looks red to me, but it says it's pink flash, so I guess I can't use it. Let me see what other red I've got. I was wanting to use that because I haven't got to use it yet. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. Let me see here. I think that'll not work as well. Let's find something else to put my red in. Here we go. We'll use this. That way I can thin it down a little bit. Oh, now you got 2 drips and 2 splatters. That's not fair, Holly. Okay, one more person needs to say, so I can have a just one more, so I can have a tiebreaker between drips and splatters. Drips were first. That's true, Beth. And I did say I was going to drip because there were 2 drips first. You're right. I guess I need to honor my word. Beth called me on it, so I'm gonna I'm gonna drip because that's what Beth said I promised I was gonna do. And she's right. Janet says drips. Thanks, Janet. I hope all you splatter people don't get upset with me. I can just see y'all saying when this doesn't look good. I told you to splatter, but you just were insistent on dripping. Barb says just splat. Oh, Beth's already almost done dripping. I think I need a little more water than that to make it drip very good. All right. Little paint lid here keeps driving all over the place. Okay, and I'm going to just go back and make sure I've got a little bit of paint in between all those drippings. All right, let's move this out of the way. It's not dripping very far. I think I may have to spray water on it to get it to drip. Hi, Susan. See, it's dripping a little ways. I'm going to spray it a little bit and see what happens. I may mess it up completely now, but. Whew, I'm a little scared to spray it. Should I leave it or spray it? Okay, Becky says leave it, so we're going to leave it. But I'm going to have to dry because, well, I guess I could just work below it. Okay, I'm going to dry it just a second. It's so thick it is not wanting to dry, so I'm just going to quit worrying about it and work below it. I'll just work below it. Yes, Holly, it does look like blood. That's not really my style. So we'll have to try to do something with it once it dries. We'll doodle on it. That's what we'll do. Oh, yay, just 2 or 3 more weeks. It'll go by fast, Susan. That'll be fun. Can't wait till you can get back to playing again. It looks like fringe. There you go, Ruth. Thank you. That makes me feel a lot better. I'd a lot rather it be fringe than blood. It's early, good thing, because mine looks killed. Oh, no. Oh, I bet you have, Susan. I bet you have. Okay, how many people said ready? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only count 4 so far that have said they're ready. So I'm not holding people up, at least. That's good. 5. There's 5. I think I'm going to dry a little bit more until those last 2 are ready. Thanks, Holly. I knew somebody would have to say that. Okay, I think that's 7, so we're going to move on. Okay, number 4 is 14, and 14 says stickers. Add stickers. Oh my goodness. Add stickers. If I had a potato right now, I'd rather do a potato than stickers. But I don't have one, so I'll have to do something else. What am I going to do? I could make curly lines with purple. Or I could add lines. I don't really want to add music pages, but this would be the time to do it if I'm going to, so I can do stuff on top of it. But because we don't have book pages here, I know I'm going to have to add book pages later. So, oh goodness, when will that be? No, that'd be cheating. I won't look. Scraping metallic paint. That's a good idea. Oh, thanks, Janet. I want to see if I've got any stickers that would be easy to put on there. Okay, I'm going to add these little hearts. They don't go with the color scheme, but it'll be an interesting departure. Maybe that'll add something. I'll add one in the middle of the flowers. Let's see. Copper bronze. Oh, Mary, I love copper. My favorite metallic. My favorite metallic. Okay, let's see. Got another flower where I can put one on right there. And can put one right here. Got one more heart. We'll stick it right there. Well, I thought I would. Oh. My fingers are so painy I didn't even see it. Okay. I've also got words I could put on here. Beauty, pretty, cute, smile, dream, fun, and believe. Anybody else? Anybody want me to put one of these words on there? Oh, thanks, Susan. Lisa, I got another world map. Do you need it? Um, would it be how big is it, Beth? Because I have a huge world map, you know, like you fold out stuff from National Geographics and that kind of thing. I think I do. Ruth says the yellow believe. Okay. And we're going to put it right here. I would love to have a world map, but I don't want to make you send something else to me. You already sent me a great package. The smile right by the red drips. Oh, y'all are so silly. I don't think I want to do that. Maybe I do. It would be funny. But then all I could think of is bleeding gums, and I don't want that on my page or in my mind. It's fringe. That's right. It's fringe. Okay. I'll put smile on there too. Just because y'all are my buds and I love you. And if you were being silly, this is your punishment. Okay, well, that would be great, Beth. Thank you. You're a sweetheart. Okay. There are my words. There are my stickers. Irony. Yep. Yep. No, it's fringe, Mark. It's not blood. It's fringe. We decided it was fringe. But I have to admit, your first thought is blood. But we're thinking fringe now, Mark. We're thinking fringe. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are ready. And that red is still very, very wet. That's true, Mary. And I'm definitely I've got doodle. It's the last thing I'm gonna do. And so I'm gonna doodle on them somehow and turn them into something. Looks like murder. Well, somebody snuck into my craft room, Mark, trying to steal my stencil. No, I'm teasing. Better be careful. Okay, is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Okay, the next prompt is number 11. And number 11 says add an image. Add an image. And so I think I'm going to do an alternative. Just haven't decided what yet. This may be a good time for splatters. You think? I think I may do splatters as my alternative. Some splatters might make it a little happier. Okay, let's put this back on here. Whoops. And I need to put something to cover up my computer, or I'll end up with white splatters all over my computer, because I'm going to do white splatters. So what can I use to cover up my computer? Oh, I know. Where did it go? Okay. Now then, to make some white splatters. I'm going to go ahead and put some white paint on here. Can y'all see? Yep. Okay. Spray a little water on it. I should have covered up believe and smile. Ah. All right. We're going to call that good. That little cardboard thing's come in very handy. Okay. Hi, Tanya. I'm so glad you're here. I showed everybody all the neat languages papers that you sent me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I also showed them a whole bunch of alternatives to playing cards that they could use if they had anything like them. And so I think I've talked a few more people into joining us tomorrow night. Okay, I just didn't want it to cover up believe. Yeah, I hope a lot want to play too. It'll be a lot more fun if people are playing along and not just sitting there watching us. Okay. Now I got to dry this a little bit till everybody's ready. Okay, I see Janet says, hello, Kathy. I didn't see you. I didn't see you either, Kathy. Let me go back and find Kathy. Hi, Kathy Whitney. I'm glad you're here. As long as the splatters aren't red. Well, they could have been red if you'd been here earlier, but I chose drips. So now the splatters are trying to be the beginnings of rescuing the drips. Let me read chat a little bit. I've been busy. Oh, well, I tried to rescue the blood. Oh, no. What did you tell me to do, Becky? I'm going to go back and see. Lisa, I would run a paintbrush handle through the red to turn it into feathers. It may be too dry now. That's a great idea, though. Shoot, I wish I had seen. I wish I had seen. Oh, are you talking about when you said us watchers are learners and cheerleaders, Elizabeth? Yeah, we love the watchers and learners too. We sure do. We like everybody who comes. The murder of nature. Mark, I'm not a murderer. You're trying to turn me into a murderer. Okay, how many people are ready? I'm sure I missed some people that were ready when I was trying to figure out what was going on here. Okay, Becky's ready. Joy is ready. I guess that's all. Oh, Mary's ready. So there's 3. Beth is ready. I really need a book or something to stick under that would be stay put well enough to maybe knock that glare. Is that no, that's not the least bit helpful. All right, let's see if we can find something to go a little higher than that. Does that help some? It helps a little bit, but it's mostly because that. Okay, that's what we need. The book's over here. Okay, that's a little better. It's not quite so glary now. Prompt number, we're waiting for everybody to get ready, and then we're going to do prompt number 6. Do you need the other 5, Gloria? We've done 5 so far. Stencil, doodle, drops of red, add stickers, and add an image. I just did splatters instead of an image. Yes, I do. I hate the glare. Let's see if we can still get rid of the glare, but not have it quite so high. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think actually if I go over here a little bit, but that's harder for you to see, then I'm too much out of the, but it's not as glary if I get away from the, right in the center of the room are fluorescent lights, and that's what I've got, and so it when it's closer to the center of the room, the worse the glare is. So I need to move my station over into a corner or something, but this is the convenient place to put it. So I'm back. Okay, well that's good. because there wasn't anything I could do. So I'm glad I'm back. Okay. Well, it never changed here. It looked just the same. So I don't know. Weird. Sorry about that. Okay. The next one is number 8, and it's add a napkin. Just in case you can't, just in case you didn't hear me the first time, add a napkin. I think I'm going to see if I can find the napkin with a butterfly and add a butterfly. Oh. Well, that's not the kind of butterfly I wanted, but let me see if I can find a better one. Oh. Somewhere here I have a bag with a bunch of napkins in it. No, I just read off number 6, which is add a napkin. Do you need me to read them all off? I can. Okay. All right. I think I'm going to add a couple of these little butterflies. Not too many, because these aren't my preferred butterflies, but they're what I could find. Okay. Let me find a brush and no, I thought I had a water brush, but I can't find it. Okay, Barb, thanks for coming. All right, let's see if I can use this. I think I'll do this turquoise one right here. Okay, there's one. And let's do this dark pink one here. And we'll do a yellow one, and we'll call that good. Okay. That's going to be my napkin. Oh. I got to move these books. So it's just going to glare again. Sorry. I don't need that. See what I missed here. Fish packing. What's fish packing? Oh, Barb's finishing packing, but she said fish packing. She did. Okay. I'll decide where to put them. Oh, let's get a different brush here. I have a glue brush. Where is it? I know it was laying right here. Oh, maybe I actually put it up where it belongs. Yes, I did. I put it up. Can you believe that? Oh, she does. Wow. Well, forgive me, Barb. Okay, read off the rest of the prompts. All right. Number 7 is 6, which is colored coloring page. Number 8 is 10, which is lace. Number 9 is 5, which is use a stamp. And number 10 is 1, which is add book pages. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and write those down. No, I'll write them down while my butterflies are drying. I think I want the blue one right there. Sorry, Gloria. I missed the first time I was asked to read those off. I apologize. Okay, now I'll write them down while I'm letting the rest of that dry. Okay, Laura, I'm glad you were here. Okay, prompt number 7 was 6, which is colored coloring page. Okay, now I was going to write those down. Makes it a lot easier for me when this is over and I go to add them into the description box. Okay, so number 7 is 6, which is colored coloring page. Number 8 is 10, which is lace. Number 9 is 5, which is use a stamp. And number 10 is 1, which is add book pages. Okay. Good night, Laura. I was just reading them off because some people had to leave, Mary, but we're doing prompt number 6, which is add a napkin. We're fixing to move to prompt number 7, which is colored coloring page. Oh, I'm glad you had fun, Gloria. God bless you. Have a good night. Thank you, Janet. Okay. So, are we ready to go on to number 7, which is colored coloring page? Let's just do. We're going to say we're on number 7 now. Colored coloring page. And I don't even want to go do that. So I'm going to do one of these others. And I think I'm going to make some curly lines up here over the red in purple. Make curly lines with purple. That's an alternative, and that's what I'm going to do. So now I need to find something to put paint in. Excuse me. Okay, let's put some purple in this. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the same purple because it's mostly covered up. And I'm going to use this little line brush here. Maybe I need a more opaque purple, because this is really not showing. Colored coloring book page is the next prompt, but I'm doing an alternative, which is curly lines with purple. And I think I'm going to end up having to do 2 coats because this is not showing up very good. Okay, I'm going to dry it a little bit, and then I'm going to do a second coat to see if that'll show up better. Good night, Tanya. Sleep well. Have fun with your sister. I'm a little bit jealous. I haven't seen my sister in quite a while. Have a lot of fun. Well, I have seen mine in less than 3 years, so I'm not jealous anymore. But I will see you tomorrow night. Yeah. Sometimes I think I should have changed paint like I said I should have instead of being stubborn and keeping on with this one, but they're showing up a little bit. A coloring sticker would be great, Holly. And I did have some of that I could have used. I didn't think about it. I just didn't have a coloring page close. Wasn't in the mood to try to go drag one out either. So okay. There are my swirls of purple. I said I had a question for you. Yes, I did. Did I not ever ask you? Sorry. Um, our swap with the fussy cut swap, when are we supposed to send that out? February 1st. Okay, good. I've got some more time. I'm having trouble finding cow images, and so I'm glad I've got more time. Thank you very much. I'm glad you remembered I had a question. I forgot I had never asked it. Okay. Ooh. That makes it a little less glary. So let's. Oh, no, not. How come that's not working this time? I'll stick my hand under it. Okay, when y'all are ready, let me know, and we'll move on. Well, that would be great, Mary. My partner will appreciate it. I'll write her a little note and tell her that those are from you. You donated. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ready. Well, that's good. Okay, I think that's everybody. Number 8 is lace. Lace. I really don't see lace adding anything to this page. And I really need to be able to fold it in. So, I'm thinking. Try to keep this from, well, it's determined to glare. It's just determined to glare. Draw the lace. Dandy idea, Sharon. That's a dandy idea. All righty. I'm going to do that. Let's see if my little copper Sharpie can draw some lace. So I wish I had Mary here and I could just say, Mary, draw me some lace. Nope, that's not going to show up. Okay, we'll have to do something else. A doily. Yes, I could add a doily. And I have doilies close by and available. Let's see. Ooh, here's some silver. Lace flowers is a good idea. I don't have any lace flowers. I think I'm going to use some silver doily. I think that'll work better than any lace I have. Let's see if this is very thick for a doily. But I don't think it's more than one. I think it's just one. We're just going to do it right up here and just cover up that. That may be what I'm going to do, actually. We could just do from this corner and from that corner. I think I'm going to. Okay. Well, that didn't turn out as good as I wanted. Maybe we'll do that one from over here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's try this again here. Okay. Did a bad job of that. Okay. I'm just going to put that right there, and that's going to be my lace. Ooh. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Probably put too much glue on that. Let's get baby wipe. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry y'all are having to wait on me again. Okay. Alrighty. There's my lace. Got rid of most of the blood. Fringe. Purple curly lines. Good, Holly. Okay, is everybody ready? Am I the only one that wasn't ready? Okay, after lace, number 9 is use a stamp. Use a stamp. I can't imagine anything I could stamp on here that would actually show up. What else can I do instead? I know what I'm going to do. It says add metallic paint. I'm going to go over this silver with some copper rub-on stuff. Maybe I'll like it better then. So I'm going to do metallic paint. That's the alternative I'm doing instead of use a stamp. And I'm just going to use this Inca Gold copper. Let's see if we can. Oops. All right. So are y'all working? Adding a stamp or an alternative? Nobody said anything, so I'm kind of worried that I'm frozen or something. I look fine to me, but y'all were buffering last time and I couldn't tell anything. So working hard. Okay, I'm not frozen. Good. Thank you. Okay, I think I like that better than just the silver. Tasha's still on lace. I'm sorry, Tasha. I jumped ahead a little too fast, I guess. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, Holly. Oh. Well, I'm glad you would be doing it with a Sharpie. I couldn't figure out what a Charlie was. I was a little worried what you were going to use. A Sharpie would work, though. Oh, dear. Autocorrect, yeah. Lots of help sometimes. Oh, I just covered up part of my butterfly. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Well, Holly's ready to go. Sorry about that glare. Oh. Thank you, Ruth. That's the nicest thing you could have said. And I can see it now that you've said it. These are my lace curtains, my flower garden. That's much nicer than what I was thinking. I was trying to figure out how to make it be something. But I'm smiling and I'm believing. All righty. Holly's ready and Joy's ready. Tasha's already stamped. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Too bad I hit my thumb. See, there's still some blood on it. Yeah. The curtains are hiding the murder on the other side of the window. At Halloween, we were driving down the road and I looked over and somebody's windows had these bloody handprints on them, and it was written "Help me" was written on them, you know. And I looked at my daughter and she said, "Oh, good grief!" Like, okay, we're not even shocked or scared when we see things like that anymore. It's just Halloween, but it's still up there all through Christmas. It's still up there. And I thought they'll make decals of anything nowadays. Hi, Crafty Kitty. We're doing a pick 10. We're actually fixing to do number 10. So you kind of came in at the last minute here. I'll tell you what the prompts we've had so far are, though. Stencil, doodle, which I'm saving till last because my page was black to start with and I couldn't figure out how to doodle. Drops of red, which I dripped, and that's where the blood came from that they're teasing me about. Add stickers, add an image. I added stickers, but I didn't add an image. Instead of adding an image, I did splatters. We have 6 things over here that you can do as alternatives if you don't like them. Oh, okay, you've been lurking. Okay, so you know what's going on kind of now. All right. Well, I won't bother you by making you listen to all those again then. But it's called a pick 10 because you pick 10 prompts and do them one after the other. Oh, good grief. I can't believe they really did that to you in a plane. That's ridiculous, Holly. Yes, this is mixed media. Yeah. Yeah, we really mix all the medias up. Um, sorry, Ruth. Only happy thoughts from now on, Holly. Yeah, we do a mixed media pick 10. I do every Monday night. We do that and then something else, whatever else I'm in the mood to do, I guess. Tonight, I took apart a leather jacket to use to make journals with. So that was the first part of what we did. And then we've been doing this. So, yeah, this is a little different. And some people do journal pages, and some people do them on a card, like the mixed media mashups on a card, where you can cut it up and make cards out of it. So you can do it either way. You can, whatever you're comfortable with when you're doing them. It's just having the 10 prompts is what's the most important. And even with those, we give you some alternatives so you don't have to be stuck. If you don't have something we're using. Okay, is everybody ready? Was Mary last? Is there anybody who's not ready? Maybe I should ask that. It is a lot of fun. Come back next Monday night and we'll do it again. And you can play along. Good grief. I'm sorry you have to listen to that. Well, good. We'd love to have you anytime. The more the merrier. Okay, I think everybody's ready. I start streaming at 7 o'clock Central Time, but we don't usually start doing the Pick 10 till 7:30 or 8, so that people who come in late can be there in time. Yeah, and Stacy does mixed media mashup. Isn't that what it's called? I think that's what she calls it. But it's similar. Yes, 7 Central Time, but we don't usually start this part until I do something else first to give people time to get in. Okay, number 10 is add book pages. And I'm not going to add book pages because it just I just don't think it would add anything to this, and it would take away. So instead of doing that, I'm going to do the add lines for number 13. And so I think I'm going to get out that turquoise blue cobalt paint again and do some lines with a credit card. Well, trying to figure out where my weird little palette I was using went. Oh, I'll just use some of this. This can be my palette. Okay, get my old trusty Walmart card out here. I don't know why I always do lines in threes. You don't have to do them in threes, but somehow it feels more complete if you do 3. Let's redo these too because they're. Oh, goodness, I messed that one up. I also dropped something on the floor, but I don't know what it was. So we're just going to pretend it didn't happen. We'll do them back this way now. Kind of a semi hashtag. Oh, there's the other one. So I think I did 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Starchy page, yeah. Well, we had to add a potato for Mark. He likes potatoes. He's always wanting us to put potatoes on everything. So we're giving people the option. If they want to add a potato, they can. One of these days, I'm going to remember to bring one out to the studio and use it as a stamp, but I always forget. Yes, that would be great. Like the lines where you do fake stitching, that would work too. Any kind of lines. Any kind of lines would be good. And I'm going to stop there, so I need to do something with this paint. Oh. Go ahead and do another page in this book. I'm just going to swipe it on with a credit card this time. Get that out of the way. One of these days I am going to get this book filled up. Woo! Just got paint all over a bunch of pages. Oh well. Oh no! I hope he doesn't have something painty on him as a reminder of sitting on your page. Okay. There's our other 2 pages that we put stuff on tonight while we were playing. So, okay, I need to dry this a little bit, and then I've got to add my doodles, and I'll be finished. Okay. Doodles. I may do stitch lines as my doodles because I don't know what else to do at this point. There's so much stuff on here already. And they may or may not show up. We're finished earlier than we usually are. After I get through with this, I really need to look through my scrap boxes and pull out. Bye, Becky. Thanks for playing along. Pull out stuff to use tomorrow night. And I can sit here and do that, and you can see my ridiculous boxes of scraps. Or we can turn this off and I can go dig through scraps in the house. It's up to y'all. If you want to stay and look at my scraps, you can. If you want to go do something else, I perfectly understand. This Doily doesn't like it as much. Let's see if I can. Nope. I think my pens got tired of going over paint. Okay, you want to see my scraps? Well, I'll gladly show you my scraps. Tomorrow night, I don't know if you heard, Crafty Kitty, tomorrow night, Tanya McGuire and I are going to do a hangout. And we're going to do a project that Lori Marie has done on her channel. And so we're using some kind of cards, and we're using scraps and focal points, and good grief. For 2 days, I have been looking for this silly pen that goes in this glue, and I could not find it, and there it is. Isn't that ridiculous? Thank you, Lord, that I found it. But anyway. Oh, it always shows up when you give up. Anyway, that's what I'm wanting to look for scraps for, is to do that project tomorrow night. We're going to do a hangout, so both of us will be on camera, and then anybody who wants to play along with that can do that too. And it's definitely a mixed media kind of thing. Let me get my boxes out here, and I need to keep this so I can be sure to put it on the in the description box when I get through tonight. Okay, I've got 2 boxes of scraps. We'll start with one, and then we can go through the other one if this one doesn't give me enough. Thanks, Janet. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to Tanya McGuire, go subscribe to her, and then tomorrow night you'll get a notification. We're going to do it. Her channel's hosting it tomorrow night, and then next Tuesday night we'll finish the project, and it'll be hosted on my channel. So if you're subscribed to both of us, you'll get notifications for both of them. Okay, I don't know why that's in the scrap pile, but I'm going to put my scraps on top of it that I'm going to use. I'll use that. And see, I want to do it, I think, mainly with like underpaper scraps and jelly print scraps. And if I don't find, I think I've got plenty of those things. But if I don't, I can always get out some other kinds of scraps. But there's even a little snowflake from Christmas. Didn't know that was in there. These are all, most of these, well, this is a jelly print. This is a jelly print, but the rest of these so far are underpaper scraps. Except this one. This is one I did. No, I think this is an underpaper scrap. And after I did this, I took a big piece of this craft paper and I did all this stuff all over it and made it into wrapping paper for a gift. So that was my inspiration for doing that. There's some more of that underpaper. There's some more. I may have plenty of underpaper without having to go to anything else. There's some more. I want more colors though. I don't just want, you know, but I tend to use the same kinds of colors. There's some more of that. This is another one that I made a book out of underpapers, and these are the scraps that were left over from that making that book. While I'm sitting here and we got nothing we have to do, I'll get that out and show you. I think I did this on a live stream, but I'm not positive. But this is a book made out of my underpapers. I haven't done anything in it, but I like it just like it is. I do intend to work in it. I just haven't yet. But it makes me happy just seeing all the paint. Anyway, if you get a lot of underpapers from your work, that's a fun thing to do. And I just used a 3-hole pamphlet stitch with some ribbon. Made a journal. Thanks, Joy. I really like it. I think I'm going to probably make some more of them. But I've been wrapping gifts in my underpapers, and so I don't have a set of them right now to make another one. But I don't want to put it up there. I'm going to stuck it on my page. There's some jelly print. I got a lot more of this stuff than I thought I did. There's the jelly print. Let's see. You can't see all this, but this is just a bunch of stuff down here. I've got some just leftover stuff in here too that I just don't use that I was putting into. There's the thing when I took my car into the shop. You know, we save everything. There's a bunch of cards I got from a trip. I got money in that. Oh, there's a tree that I cut out with a die cut. I think that's the first one I ever did when I was seeing if that die cut would even work. And here are some tags. I was in one of the very first things I ever did when I started mixed media was a swap, and it was on. I don't know if y'all know Jelly Belly, Jenny Belly. I think it's Jenny Belly. Anyway, she did a banner swap, and these were the leftover pieces I had from that. This is the card for the place where we take our car in when we get it fixed. Not right now, because right now my car is under warranty, and so I'm struggling with getting them to get it fixed while it is. But and then these are papers. My stepfather is an architect, and he used to, way back when in the day, you know, they would make up mock-ups of all the buildings, and they would do the wall colors and everything. And this was papers that he used to make those mock-ups, and he doesn't do that anymore. You know, they do everything on the computer now. So he gave those to me. But they all have numbers, you know, what number they correspond to in the paint and stuff. And there's a little lady. I don't know why she's in there. There's some more little little banners. I had big banners and little banners alternating when I did that swap in my banner. That might be fun to use. I was cutting out circles out of all kinds of stuff, and there's a bunch more of those little banners. I need to come up with something to do with those, I guess. Okay, let me get my other box out and see what I've got in there. Yeah, they would make a fun stencil. I've actually used another page that I did like that as a stencil. Okay. Don't think I want to use that, but it's there if I change my mind. What I'm really wanting is to see what all kinds of this kind of stuff I've got that I can use. Here's some painty papers that are, I use these. What did I make those? I used those for something. And these were just extras. I can't remember. Those might be interesting. There's some music paper that I put alcohol ink on. There's some jelly print. There's some jelly print. I got all kinds of junk in here. I need to go through it and either use it or throw it away. What is this? Press tape. Trying to remember where I got this and what do you do with it. Oh, I think it's for putting your negatives into a folder. It came in something else that I got and it was just kind of stuck in there. I can't remember now what it is, but something might need those little Kodak papers. Oh, there's a whale. I don't need him for this project though. There's some of these. Might use some of those. These were when we did our painty paper swap in Aunt Beck's group. These are what I used to cover up and make spots for journaling, and so these got painted on the jelly plate. So those will be fun to use. They still have stickum on the back. That's funny. There's another scrap. Now you can use magazine, and that's what Lori Marie did. She used magazine, you know, scraps out of parts of pictures out of magazines. But I thought I need to use this stuff up, so this is what I'm going to use. Oh, good grief. I even have little mini cupcake holders in here. Now, I don't know what those are doing in there. See, I could put those on my page if I had known I had them. Those don't need to be in here. They should be somewhere else. Here's some alcohol ink scraps. Those are pretty. I need to put those on something. There's the sprays, those homemade sprays that I made out of that Rit dye. Okay, where did that page go? I like the Oh, it's a card. That was from one of my Pick 10s that I made trading cards out of, but it's too thick for what I'm going to be doing tomorrow night. I I even have a piece of leather in here that I stamped on and made little bitty journals. They were little tiny. They were like that big to go with a swap I did. I think it was the boho tag swap that I stuck those little journals in. Okay. I think this is going to be plenty, way more than I need tomorrow night. So, and just to give you another sneak peek for tomorrow night, good night, Mary. See you tomorrow night. I've got, these are the focal images that I've picked out, and I just, I was going through a magazine and it had all these little pictures in it. And so I just cut them out. I don't know which ones I'll use, but they're just a bunch of little things I can use as focal points. So, you know, even save the little bitty ones too. And I don't know which ones of these things I'll use because I won't need them all. I thought about putting that one in my Walk the World journal. Walk the World that I'm doing with my daughter. It's so tiny though, it may not really belong in there. But I would like a bigger picture like that to put in it. So these are the kinds of things I've got picked out to use tomorrow night as focal points on my cards. And my cards, I'm going to use these cards. So this is the size. You know, some of the focal points will be here, some in the middle, some around. So I think probably these will work real well on this size card. Here's some more. Oh, okay. Having trouble telling that which up and down on that one. I don't know what that is, but it was a cool picture. I just pulled these out of, I went through 2 magazines and these were in those 2 magazines, so I pulled them out. I thought that was a real easy way to get my focal points. I rarely ever see this many all at once that are small like this, but I just got lucky. Okay, so there's a sneak peek of what I'm going to use tomorrow night. Tanya's keeping what she's using a secret, but I thought if you had some ideas, it might help you. Well, I got some of these that aren't turned till they're sticking out. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, I did that scavenger hunt last year. It was a blast. I had a lot of fun with it. But this year I had too many other things going on, so I decided not to add that in. Not to add that in. So I got to make me up some more of this. I call it Mary Podge. It's the Elmer's glue all in some water. I use that instead of Mod Podge because it doesn't get sticky like Mod Podge does. However many you want to do. She Lori Marie did 15. She did them in 2 sets of 6 and then 1 set of 3. I think I'm probably going to do 18 and just do 2 sets of 9. So she did, you know, this many at a time, and she get those going and put them over to dry and do another set. And so that's what I'm planning to do. Yeah, well, it takes a lot of time, Holly, so it's probably a good idea to pare everything down to do it. I'm going to use 18 cards, but you could use 12. You could use however many you want. So there's 9. Let's see here. I got out way too many, obviously. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it doesn't look like a lot of cards like this, but once you put all that paper and stuff on top of it, it'll probably be this thick. And then you need some kind of string that you want to tie them all together, you know, to put the book together. But we won't do that till the second night. Probably all we'll get done the first night is the putting the stuff on both sides. If we get further than that, I'll be surprised. So I'm going to just put these with it, and then I'll have that ready. And here's my little stack of stuff. I've got an empty bucket. Let me put that in an empty bucket. Got too much stuff over here. I think I have, yeah, here's one. Okay. I bought several of these to have when I'm sorting stuff or to put a project in, so that I can keep all the stuff together that goes in with that project. So from the Dollar Tree. Actually, I think these came from Walmart, and they were even less than $1, like 96 cents or something like that. So there's my tip of the day. Get you some buckets, put your projects in them, and then you can just stack them up. They don't take up a lot of room that way. Any more questions? Anybody have any more questions? Nope, no more questions. Okay. Well, then I think I'm good for tonight. And I'm looking forward to it too, Janet. God bless you all, and you have a good night, sleep well, and sweet dreams and all that stuff. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Susan. Good night, Joy. Good night, Beth. And all the rest of you. Good night. Good night, Holly. It was fun. I had a blast. Bye-bye, Sharon. Bye-bye, all.